Has your government ever shown any kind of deterrence measure with all of this when you fraternize with some of these people and at the end of the day even appoint them? Is that a deterrence measure for someone to stop his corrupt ways?
No. You are assuming the person is corrupt. The person is taken to court and he is not found to be corrupt. Isn't it? And you say that because he has been taken to court and because he has been set free, therefore you have nothing to do with him.
These are not assumptions.
Tell me those people.
I will not tell you because you know.
No, name them. All the fuel subsidy people, those that were taken to court and were jailed or this and that, and the government has turned to give them from jobs. Name them.
You know, there's a simple, there's a very simple matter out there, because I started out by asking, in 2010, the NNPC rolled out a plan, and it's out there, it's in public, to build 3 new refineries. The federal government in 2011 picked it up. During the fuel subsidy protest, they promised to build 3 refineries in January of that time. And as we speak, that's not happening.
No. Don't say it has not happened. Building a refinery.
We have had government officials who have told us here
in 2011
that is not feasible anymore.
Building a refinery is
Are you going to contravene the government spokesman?
No, that is what I've already told you at initial, that I'm not an all expert and I cannot give you reasons why it hasn't happened.
That's why I'm telling you now.
That is what you should send and invite maybe the MD of the NNPC.
I'm telling you what they said here.
They said what?
That they can't build refineries.
That is why I am saying maybe you were even asking the wrong person. Invite the MD or
government
ED from
spokesman
NNPC.
Is the wrong person?
Yes, because if you are not
who
a
speaks
specialist,
for the government?
You cannot speak for the government in every aspect. Just as I've told you now that I cannot speak for the government in the aspect of refineries.
Because you're not a government
I'm ignorant
spokesman.
about it.
You're not a government spokesman.
No, I'm not a government spokesman, but I have a fair knowledge of what happens.
Then tell us about the licenses. You have knowledge. Tell us about the reasons why those people are holding on to the licenses and not building refineries.
That is what I'm asking you. You should have investigated.
No, you just told us about knowledge. You just told us about that you have fair knowledge about things happening in government.
I said those that I have the fair knowledge, I'll tell you. Those I don't, I'll tell you. That's why I've already told you at initial that, look, those other ones that I don't, you should take the responsibility of investigating.
Would you say,
to tell the Nigerian people why it has not worked?
Would you
that
say
is your responsibility? You should face the NNPC managing director, face the EDs, call the NAPIMS people, call them and say, look, this and this.
Just a moment.
Why has it not worked?
If I may come in here.
So you have failed for not doing that.
If we may come in here, Dr. Dogo, the media would never shy away from its responsibilities. But let's look at this particular issue.
A lot of times.
Do you agree? Just a moment. Do you agree that the oil sector, which contributes over 80% to our GDP, is actually the most opaque sector in the economy? Would you agree with that particular statement? It's the most opaque, it's the least transparent sector in the economy. Would you agree with that?
No, I will not.
You wouldn't agree with that?
I have facts and figures to say that. I can't
you just confessed yourself.
I cannot condemn a sector when I don't have... if you say that,
Dr.
give us the reasons why you are
Dr. Dogo, just a moment. I've made that statement. I've asked you if you agree or you do not agree.
Don't agree.
You do not agree. Now, you've also said that you do not have a lot of knowledge about the oil sector, possibly because you do not operate there. But as a Nigerian and knowing that that sector contributes over 80% to our income as a country, I would think that is something that many Nigerians should have fair knowledge of. But fair enough, we do not have knowledge about that and we cannot push that. But let's talk about the oil subsidy.
No. You shouldn't go
It's very interesting.
It's very transparent. Give us reasons why you said so.
I'm just about to go there. That's why I'm saying let's go to the subsidy, just before the subsidy protest. We saw the campaign of the federal government just before subsidies were taken away. 1st of January, was it last year? 1st of January 2012. We saw how the federal government made a case. One of the cases that they made for the removal of subsidy was corruption in the sector. And the question a host of people asked is that if something is bad, is it possible for us to clean it up? It was seen that the federal government, for whatever reason, was reluctant to clean up that sector until a report of an investigation was carried out both by the House of Representatives and then by the Senate as well. Now, these reports are still there. We have not seen any action on it. The federal government itself, the executive arm of government, also carried out some investigations into the oil subsidy sector as well. One of the committees that was set up on it was also the Ribadu Committee. Till as we speak, we do not know any action that has been taken or any recommendation from or any recommendation that was made from the Ribadu Committee. I don't know if you're aware of all of this.
I'm aware of that, but is there anywhere you have seen the government say that we are not going to take action, or are you saying that, look, the time they will have taken action has elapsed?
It is the same question that they're asking
so
you.
So people are saying for 2 years now, for 2 years now, for how long now, you know, it would seem as if there's just been plenty of noise from the media. I mean, we have taken responsibility for that. And you can make noise all you want. We will do what you want, what we want to do. That's what it seems to, seems to be the reaction on the side of government.
That is not correct. You have just said here, isn't it? Because of the noise made, the legislative arm of government is part of government, isn't it? And they set up committees, investigated, found ABCD.
What did we get from that? They are just an advisory body. They can advise all they want. It is left for the executive arm of government to take its actions.
I don't think that...
We did not get that debate. Did we also get the debate that the report was tainted?
Can ever say that. I don't think
not the National Assembly. The National Assembly. The National Assembly did not say that. What we're saying is the report from the National Assembly was treated as a mere recommendation.
No. That is what I'm saying.
In fact, we even heard
you are putting words. You are saying that they will say that they are just an advisory body.
We've heard that several times. We've heard that several times from the spokesperson of the president. Reuben Abati has said that several times.
That
concerning certain recommendations that have been made by the National Assembly, we have been told, in fact, several times, that the recommendations from the National Assembly are mere recommendations. In fact, they're just, at best, advice.
At least, can he speak for government on that level?
He can speak for government. But I will not submit to that the National Assembly ideas are just mere recommendations. Because the National Assembly, let me tell you, if you look at the three arms of government, the National Assembly is probably supreme to all the three.
Right.
Do you get it? And therefore, if there is any insinuation to that effect, I don't think it is right. And I can say that if the spokesman of the government said that, I don't think it was the right thing. Because the National Assembly is an important arm of government, and the National Assembly can literally make the executive to do what should be done. And they have been working towards that. And you can see that, look, one of the best assemblies in coming back to democracy, that this very assembly is actually...
Let me read these three comments before we go. Hope Ukwan says, obtaining license to invest in any sector is not a guarantee to investment in the sector. Benga Falusi says, is there a time limit for a refinery to be built? He's not aware of that. And if Ura says, Dr. Togo, it is the responsibility of governments to ensure that when they give licenses, they must also follow through. And all of these comments just keep coming on. And they disagree with your GSM technology scenario. But there's so many things going on in that oil and gas sector. And that, unfortunately, we can't look at it today. But they will be unearthed. Don't worry about that. You've talked about investigations. But we do hope that tomorrow, nobody will say it's planned to maybe embarrass anybody, because those things are out there, Dr. Togo. And they will come out.
See, I agree with you. I've said categorically, those areas that are specific to people, I think those are the people that should come to answer those questions. Because if you ask me about petroleum sector, I'm not an expert in that. If you ask me of general policies of government, I can talk about it.
Expert. We're asking you that they said they were going to build 3 refineries.
Promises never kept.
Yeah, then you will now ask, why was it said and why has it not been built?
We have asked.
That answer can be answered by those in the Ministry of Petroleum.
Okay, you're saying that you're not satisfied by the answer given by the spokesperson.
If you have asked, they gave you the answers, then you shouldn't ask me. No. You should be telling us what they said.
You know what
you
that
shouldn't
means.
Be asking me again.
You didn't understand the question. The question was, at the end of this tenure, if we don't get those 3 refineries promised, would we not consider it a failure? And you said no.
You can't
there you go. Is that a question
why they were not built? If you give us the reasons,
if you promise and you don't fulfill it, you say it won't be a failure?
No, you don't make a
promise. If APC says they will build it and they
you can make a promise, But if the exigencies of issues make it impossible and you give reasons why it cannot, you can't say it is a failure.
Really?
But if you don't have any reason to give for not doing it, then you can say it's a failure.
So they don't know of all those plans before they promise?
There was no reason for not doing it. I will accept and I'll go with you. But if you cannot give us reasons why it didn't work, then you can't say it's a failure. That is why I'm saying it is only when you tell the Nigerian people these are the reasons, and the reasons are not cogent reasons. They are not defensible reasons. They are not reasons that are acceptable. Do you see it? Then you can say there's a failure.
I wish
but
we could
if
go
the
on
reasons
because
are subjective,
I would have read all those reasons to you.
Oh, I don't mind.
You would have been shocked at what you see, but
read them out.
We have to let it go.
If you want us to stay till 12, you read them out and we look at them one by one.
We have others waiting in line for the program, and we have to also bring them in.
But this is
Thank
very
you for
important
coming on, Dr. Yusuf Wadogo.